Hello, my name is Izzy Ixer from Izzy Yoga, and I thought I would take you through a three-step approach to achieving dog face down. Talked about this the other day on the Georgy Jamieson show, and I thought it might be useful for you to see the three steps that prepare you for this well-known posture. Every time you look on yoga magazines, on yoga websites, you'll see this dog face down. First of all, it's quite important to just mobilise your shoulders and your upper back. There's a lot more going on in the upper back than you might imagine in this pose. So just standing in a nice, relaxed, comfortable position, bring your fingertips onto the tops of your shoulders. And just making circles by bringing the elbows together and up and wide and back and down. These few simple stretches will gradually improve mobility in the shoulders. Particularly when you take the arms back like this, you should feel the shoulder blades moving towards each other. Turning back the other way may feel different this way round, just moving the shoulders around, moving the elbows in circles. Feeling that sense of space and loosening of tension. So that's the first step. The second step is to have a table, sideboard, chair, something nearby that you can use to rest your arms on. Because the second thing we need to do is to lengthen the backs of the legs, get some space and some movement into the backs of the legs. So finding where you're going to take a grip, make sure it's something that's not going to slide away from you. Resting the hands on the top and step back at arm's length away. With the hands resting just gently on the table, the chair, whatever you're using, keeping your back nice and straight. Work with your breathing to gently ease the hips backwards, feeling the stretch in the legs. And maybe starting to feel some stretch along the arms, maybe in the upper back too. Always in yoga, the breath is the key, and we say when you breathe out, that's the moment when you can just gently let some tension disappear. When you're ready to come back, step forward and prepare for the second stage. Now you may be working in the first step for quite a while before you're ready to move on. The second part of it, I'll just move this chair out of the way, involves using some blocks. These blocks will help take pressure off your wrists. Placing the blocks about shoulder width apart, we're going to come into an all fours position and have the forearms resting on these blocks. Position the knees underneath the hips. And turning the toes under, this is where the real practice of dog face down begins. So you turn the toes under, gently take the weight up and down. Weight up and down. Now again, trying to keep the back fairly flat. Trying to get the legs to lift the weight, but they don't necessarily have to straighten out quite yet. Because what you'd like is the weight to come backwards. That's important. The more the weight moves backwards, the less effort there is in the arms. So, shoulder mobilisation, stretching the legs, working to ease any pressure on the wrists. So the final version that you're working towards, for those of you who want to have that in your sights, is when the hands are on the ground, starting in this tabletop position, turning the toes under. So here it looks very like what you just did. Taking the weight backwards, keeping the spine long. Watch how I try and take my weight right back over the feet. Don't have the weight over the arms for longer than you need to. Keep the weight driving backwards. Have a sense of space between the tail and the heels. Some of you will be able to move backwards a little bit more. Keep the spine nice and straight. Finally, over a period of time with practice, you may be able to continue to come backwards until some of you will reach a place where the heels are on the ground. To come out of the pose, bend the knees, gently drop them to the ground, untuck the toes, rest back. So I hope in that short sequence you've got a sense of how you can work from very basic movement through towards